Hello, this is Cassidy Beischer with Drop Studios. Today we're going to be going through editing inside DaVinci Resolve 15, which is the only software that lets you edit, create visual effects, color correct, color grade, mix and sound for your projects from start to finish, all within one software package. So let's get to it. So the first window that appears is the project window, or the project manager. And here you'll find all the projects that you have worked on, that you've created. So I'm gonna double click the untitled thumbnail to open a new project. The first thing I'm gonna wanna do is import some media into my project. And I'm gonna do that by dragging a folder with all the media that I know that I'm gonna wanna use. Once I drag that in, you can see there all the clips are imported into the media pool, and you can adjust the size of the thumbnails and also drag over the top to get a sense of what's in the clip from start to finish. And we also have our viewer here in the center, which allows us to double click on the clips in the media pool and just scrub through at a higher resolution and set in and out points for the clips that we want to use and drag into the edit timeline. So I'm going to focus on the big picture and just show you how to quickly assemble a project and just use its core tools. One of the things I like to do is sort the order of the clips by clicking on the sort order pop-up menu and choosing clip name. And this way the thumbnails in the media pool are now arranged from lowest to highest alphanumeric clip name. Before I drop any clips into the timeline, I want to categorize all my media in the media pool with folders. So I'm going to select all the clips, all the video clips here, control click, right click, and create bin with selected clips. Now I have a bin here, and I can categorize and order these in a more organized fashion. So I'll type footage, hit enter. So we do have a clip already set in the viewer here, so let's drop our first clip into the timeline. And I'm just going to find a moment here that I think would work. There's no real goal here but to place clips on the timeline and drop in a music track, because this is essentially just an overview of the editing interface inside Resolve. I'm going to hit I to mark an endpoint, and then O to mark an out point. And I'm going to select this little thumbnail film strip because I only want the video, I don't want the audio connected to it. It's just scratch audio, which is just negligible. We're not going to use it, so I'm going to drag this guy down here to the timeline. So we'll see our clip is playing and only the selected in and out points are playing. So congratulations to myself. I just made my first edit and I feel quite special. And before I get too far ahead of myself, I need to save my project, which I have not done yet. I'm just going to title this QuickStart Editing and save that. Now let's drop in an audio file so we have some sort of direction as to how we're going to edit and piece things together. I'm going to drag this music track in here, and you'll see now we have our footage categorized and our music track here. I'm just going to right click and make sure we're following our process by creating a bin, and I'm going to name that audio. So now I have two bins nicely organized. And I'm going to drop in our audio track And now we have our audio and video track playing at the same time. So now I'm going to just find a few more clips and add them to the timeline. And I'm going to start trimming these clips so that they match up with the beat of the music. I'm going to use my arrow keys to finesse where I want the first clip to come in. I know that that's the downbeat. The kick drum comes in there, so right on the kick drum. And on that kick drum, we'll drop in this other clip. Select that one, delete that. So now we have two clips here. So essentially what I'm going to do is find clips to use and place them over the downbeat of the music track. And I'm speeding this up so I'm not going to bore you to death. And I'm actually going to add one more clip into the beginning of Ryan, the guitar player, plugging in the guitar, because you can kind of hear that at the beginning of the music track. Set an in and out point. So I know that he plugs it in right there. Should be a little sound. I'm going to just hit I because I know right there there's a little clicking sound. I'm using my arrow keys here to go back and forth to finesse where I want that playhead to be. So I'm going to take that clip, place that right there so I know the end point that I just set is the exact time where he plugs in the guitar, and then just drag my out point and my in point to the beginning. So my machine actually just crashed and lost all my work, so I rebuilt a sequence. So it's gonna look a little bit different. So 6 clips have been added to the timeline. You can zoom in, you can zoom out using the Command plus and minus key. The shortcut to go back to just being able to view all the clips in one quick shortcut is Shift Z, and that will bring up your entire timeline with all the media that you have laid out on the timeline. So that about wraps up our tutorial on QuickStart editing. This is Cassidy Beischer signing out, Drop Studios.